Can you please do a game over on Mario?
Absolutely not. I'm halfway through an episode concerning The Legend of Zelda, and I do the episode about Mario. Yes, sir. Right away. Hello there, peoples of the internet. I'm TigerJ15, and welcome back to Game Over, the internet show where we try to use science in series that defy the laws of physics. Now, before we get started, let me ask you guys a question. Who is your favorite video game character? Mine personally is Luigi. Now, you might ask, why? Well, firstly, I like an underdog. And secondly, he's rather like Krillin, because he fights even in the bleakest of chances, even when he's scared. However, this episode, unfortunately, we're not here to discuss Luigi, but his older, more successful brother, Mario. The question is, how strong is Mario? Well, let's start by answering this with another question first, which is Mario a normal human? No, not really. While he is still human, he's still Homo sapien, he has superhuman abilities which normal people can't do. He can throw giant turtles, squish enemies with his own body weight, and even break brick with his own hand. That's right, back in the original Super Mario Bros. Game, Mario was already superhuman. Anyway, the force needed to break brick is around 1,900 newtons. This divided by the gravitational field of Earth, assuming that the Mushroom Kingdom is still on Earth and not in another dimension, then that 1900 newtons divided by 9.8 newtons per kilograms equals 193.88 kilograms, which is 427.43 pounds, or 0.2137161117 tons. Don't you just love it when we get into long equations? Now, that is good, but come on, this is Mario we're talking about. Surely he can do better. Oh, but he can.
In this corner, the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom. He saved the galaxy twice. It's Mario! And in the other corner, he's mean, he's mad, and he's been foiled by Mario for over 25 years. It's the fearsome king of the Koopas, Bowser!
Yeah, that's right, Bowser. Now, while looking and examining the internet for Bowser's weight, I never actually found an official weight. Though I kept finding fans that keep saying that it's probably somewhere between 700 and 900 pounds. So, while it's not as accurate as what we normally go for on this show, I guess we'll just have to stick with it as there's no way of physically measuring Bowser's weight. So, yeah, scientific accuracy has just flown out the window. So anyway, using the maximum 900 pounds, this equates to 0.45 tons, which is more than double what we previously calculated. Still, Mario is superhuman, but so far he's only managed to double the feats of what Olympic athletes have done. Surely there's some sort of example or power of Mario's super strength? Oh wait, there is. You remember when we used Goku's weight to calculate his strength back in the previous episode? Well, we're going to do this for Mario as well. Except Mario probably doesn't weigh that much. However, with the metal cap, it's an entirely different story. You see, the metal cap turns Mario completely metal. So, we just need to try and work out what the metal is, the density of that metal, and what the volume of Mario is. So we're looking for a metal that is pretty much invincible to anything except long falls, that won't melt in lava, is malleable because it can get squished by whomps and thwomps, and is reflective enough to show the surrounding area, even if it isn't the best reflection in the world. Well, unfortunately, there's an almost infinite amount of possibilities, but for argument's sake, we're going to narrow it down to the natural 118 elements, because otherwise the different results would take up the entire video. And let's be honest, who wants to discuss palladium mixed with steel? That's what I thought. Now, based on the characteristics of Metal Mario, I believe that Metal Mario turns into platinum. Let me explain why. Its melting point is 1768.3 degrees Celsius. The hottest lava can get is between 700 and 1200 degrees Celsius, depending on where in the world it is. It's very reflective, as you can see. It's the same reflectiveness as Metal Mario. And platinum is almost indestructible, being harder than iron. In fact, on Mohs hardness scale, the scale that characterizes the scratch resistance of various minerals through the ability of a harder material to scratch a softer material, platinum scores between 4 and 4.5, with the highest being diamond, at 10. And platinum is very malleable, so we have our answer. Which isn't that surprising considering the amount of coins that are normally in Mario games. But I digress. So now for the weight of Metal Mario, we need to know Mario's volume and the density of platinum, which we already know is 21.45 gram centimeter cubed. While Mario's volume is actually tricky, as we'd need his weight. Now, Mario, much like Bowser, hasn't got an official weight, so we'll say for the sake of it that Mario is the average male human weight, which is 137 pounds, or 61,526.89 centimeter cubed, which is the volume we need. Now, timing this by the density of platinum, we see that the weight of Metal Mario is 1,319,751 grams, 1,319.751 grams, or 1.319751 metric tons. To give you an idea of how much that is, let's compare it to some world records. This is Bidad Salimi, who has the World Championships world record for snatch, which, believe me, hasn't got anything to do with sexual orientation. Actually, it's the sport where you simply lift up a barbell. You know, the one shown in the Olympic Games. Anywho, his world record for this is 214 kilograms, or 0.214 tons. And this is Hossein Rezazadeh, who has the snatch Olympic world record of 263 kilograms, or 0.263 tons. He still has the world record since 2004. This means that Metal Mario weighs more than 5 times both world records. Man, look out, Michael Phelps, because if Mario ever enters the Olympics, then he's gonna be walking home with a lot of Olympic medals and world records. The fact that Mario can jump over 20 feet in the air is neither here nor there, though. Mario's strength is so much greater that he can even stand among gods. What do I mean, you might be yelling at your computer screen? Well, let me explain. You see, we've been looking all over the Mario world, looking for examples of his strength. But, ironically, the most obvious example was staring us right in the face from the very beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Mario coin. That's right, this little baby will be able to reveal all the secrets of the world's most famous plumber. However, there's one thing wrong with that. We don't know his height. The fact that he doesn't have an original height is also a problem. So, again, like Bowser's weight, we're going to have to guess. Or at least compare it with multiple sources. This is where our intellectual comrades from other channels come into it. First off to Vsauce 3, where in their video How Much is a Mario Coin Worth, they theorized that Mario is the average Italian male height of 5 foot 9.5 inches. Man, Luigi and Peach are gonna be giants then. But anyway, using this they come to the conclusion that the weight of a single coin is 4.5 tons. Now, assuming that every coin in the Mario Kingdom is in fact solid gold and not just gold plated, with this 4.5 tons, we've already beaten the weight of Metal Mario. Now, onto our other Mario heights. The one that I found was 5 foot 1 inch. From here we can deduce that using the same formula from Vsauce 3, that every pixel is 2.1 inches tall. Given that the height of a coin is 6 pixels high, or rather 12.6 inches squared, the radius is 8 pixels, or 16.8 inches squared. The only thing left is pi, which is 3.14. Now, in order to work this out, we're going to be using the equation to work out the volume of a cylinder since, well, let's face it, the Mario coin pretty much is a cylinder. Now, to work out the weight ourselves, and much like they did in the video done by Vsauce 3, they used the coins from the Super Mario game Super Mario Bros. 3. We will be using the exact same coin to use as much scientific accuracy as possible. From the equation of a cylinder of volume equals pi times radius squared times height, then we can deduce that from the volume of a coin given that Mario is 5 foot 1 inch is 11,172.21 inches cubed, or 6.4653993037 foot squared. Now, using this and timing the inches cubed volume by the density of gold, which is 19,320 kilograms meter, then we get the weight of 3,533,100 grams, which is 3,537.1 grams, or 3.5371 metric tons. This is still quite a lot, but if we were to go with our other scientific source, this being game theory, in the video How Deadly is Super Mario's Bullet Bill, MatPat manages to determine that Mario is the height of 4 foot 6 inches. This would mean that every pixel is 1.9 inches high. With this in mind, using this as the crux of the equation, this means that every Mario coin is in fact 2,619,690 grams, 2,619.69 kilograms, or 2.61969 metric tons. So there we go. We have 3 different heights and 3 different weights for the Mario coins. But the question remains, how many Mario coins can Mario carry? Well, the most coins that can be gathered in a single level of New Super Mario Bros. 2 is 30,000. With this in mind, we find that the weight that we can describe due to Mario's height is 135,000 tons, 4.5 tons for every Mario coin, 102,000 tons for 3.5 tons of every Mario coin, or 78,000 tons for 2.6 tons of every Mario coin. Now, I actually thought that that was it, but I was so wrong, because I noticed that as soon as you get a total of 1 million coins in the game, then you get a gold statue. With this in mind, 1 million coins would weigh the given strength of 4,500,000 tons, 3,500,000 tons, and 2,600,000 tons. Though, I do have to wonder, is that it? And you know what? Surprisingly enough, it's not. We can still continue. Because, again, like with the 30,000, I figured that was the end of it. But no. The maximum amount of coins that you can get in New Super Mario Bros. 2 is 9,999,999. So, with all of this in mind, at 2.6 tons, Mario can lift 25,999,997.4 tons. At 3.5 tons, Mario can lift 34,999,996.5 tons. And at 4.5 tons, Mario can lift a whopping 44,999,995.5 tons, making him one of the strongest fictional human characters in history. It's quite mind-blowing. Now, considering Mario isn't that short compared to his brother Luigi, we can assume that he might not be that much smaller than MatPat's 4 foot 6 inches. So, with that in mind, Mario can still lift millions of tons going into the double digits. So, even if we still got the height wrong of Mario, he can still lift an impressive amount of weight. I guess that's a lesson probably never to mess with a plumber. But anyway, I'm sure with this strength Mario still continue to defeat Bowser and save the princess, unless sports or Mario Kart gets in the way. Thanks for watching.